School is getting more competitive, and in this video I'm going to show you how to win. First, let me give you a story. When I first started as an operator, Skool organic seemed easy. Skool in general seemed easy. Every community I joined got engagement. The free to paid funnel worked, and there was no need for hyper optimization. Now, most communities are dead, the free to paid funnel is almost dead, because people just don't maintain it properly or they don't even know how to run it. And then lastly, everything has to be optimized if you really want to make serious money from Skool. And so this is what I believe the main factors are that are causing these things. So Skool is growing in size. That means that competition is increasing. Customers also demand more value because they see the value that other people deliver, and so they want more value from you. Organic traffic gets harder every day. If you don't know what I'm referring to, organic is the traffic that you get from Skool, so being featured on the Skool pages. If there are more communities, that means you're competing against more people, which means that less people will see a community. And finally, almost every community I am in has an operator and a team. It is very hard to outcompete someone when you don't have a team or an operator. That's why doing this solo is going to get harder and harder over time, unless you're really good at the business side as well as at the product side. And so what's happening right now is that people are niching down. Go take a look at the top communities on Skool. They're all very niche, and I'm saying this when I'm recording this video, but I'm assuming that when you watch it, it's still the same. So people are niching down because then they can focus on a more specific problem. The need for value is also going up, so people want more value. People have different options, which means the marketplace is increasing, and you really have to compete in trying to give as much value as possible to your customers. And then the need for business skill is also going up. That means that you need people who know about business so that you can properly run your Skool community. And so this is what that looks like. The price stays consistent, at least the average. From the things that I've seen, the average price stays around consistency. But the need for value and the value that's being provided inside of Skool communities is slowly going up. The need for skill is below where your price point is, but soon we will break past that, which means that you need the business skill and the value inside of your community to compete with the other people who are also running communities and who are also directing their traffic from their YouTube videos or whatever other platform they're using to Skool. And so here are the solutions. If you have an audience, then you have to start creating a product. And this is going to get you on organic. But how is this going to get me on organic? Well, if you have an audience and you direct them to your product, that means that they will start engaging with the product, they will start engaging with the community, and that gets your organic ranking up. Now that is good, because that means that more people will start to see your community. Then you want to create the product and you want to launch the product. So try to get started as fast as possible. Of course, if you don't have a big audience, maybe wait, but if you have an audience, you should really start now, because it's only going to get harder over time. But that doesn't mean that you should rush the product. No, make sure your product is good. Take the time for the product, but you have to start creating it today. Then let's look at the value. So you have to dedicate a certain amount of time each week to creating value to add to the product. So let's say you already launched it, now you want to create more. You want to create more to add inside of the product so that the value you are giving here stays with the price, because these are often subscription charges. So as the customer keeps paying more every month, you also have to increase the value of the product to make it worth it for the customers who join and for the customers who are inside. Then you want to run events, and I'll add a link to that in the description, but events are just a way of adding more value to your community and increasing the engagement. You'll see when you watch the video. And then you want to expand from the top of the pyramid of a problem, and I'm going to show you this awesome drawing I made right here. So this is the main problem that you have on your course. And let's say that you solve that problem. We'll take launching and selling apps as an example. So let's say that you have a community in which you create apps with your customers and you teach them how to create apps that make them money, right? And so here you explain to them how they can create an app. Okay, you solve that problem. They now know how to create a decent looking app. Now this is the point where more problems will show up for your customer. And so here they have to sell the app, but here they have to keep the people on the app. And that's problems that arrive from the first problem that you help them solve. And then it continues like that. So it goes down, and with every problem, more problems will come up. And you have to keep solving those problems for your customers so that the value goes up. And that's how you stay with this chart. That's how you keep providing value to your customer. Then you want to look at the business aspects. I'm not going to go too much into detail about this, but you want to learn how to scale, how to reduce churn, how to optimize. You want to learn how to read data. You want to learn how to split test, and you want to learn about driving up the engagement and a bunch of other stuff that comes with it. Or you get an operator to save yourself some time. Now this is what I recommend to stay with this graph. This is how you compete when Skool is getting more competitive. Focus on those things and you will have a leg up on the competition. But remember, you have to start now. Start creating a product now. And if you already have one, then focus on the things that I mentioned here. Focus on providing value and focus on the business aspects. That is it for this video. If this video was helpful, then like and subscribe. And if you want me to help you in creating and scaling an info product, or you just want to know why I make these videos, then click the first link in the description.